Hello, my name's Paul Reiber. I'm a member of the Krenov Foundation board, and we're here today sitting out back of the school on a lovely fall day, interviewing members of the class, of the new class at the school. They've been in class for a week and a half now, and we're just going to chat about what their experience has been like. Hi.
Hi.
Would you introduce yourself and tell us where you're from?
Hi, yes, I'm Tricia Becker, and I am from the Seattle, Washington area.
Uh-huh. And when in your life did you start identifying as being a maker?
Oh, I don't know that I feel like one yet. Like I am, but it's kind of I always as a kid like to just tinker around with little things, take things apart. I mean, super basic, try to put them back together. So I didn't actually get involved in anything specific until much later, but I don't know that I have a great answer for that. Because I feel like maybe I'm just coming into my maker part of my life.
Well, something is pulling you that way. When did that start to happen? When did you start feeling like, oh, I want to make things?
I think it's always been there, but doing the other thing in life and having the job and the career of something else, it's like that would get more of my attention. But at least with woodworking, like it became, well, it's something that's actually been a lot more recent than anything else. So I can talk about that specifically if that's kind of what you're... So my dad was a maker. I mean, he built all kinds of things. I watched him make things, and there was a period where I just was too intimidated to even try or even ask him to sort of show me. But it always been in the back of my mind that I wanted to do something, create something. I just didn't know what. And probably in the last few years, I became really interested in woodworking and could not get into classes. There are places in the Seattle area, but they would be full. And so I finally got in and took some classes for a few months. And I started to wake up just thinking about my project and what I wanted to do and how I could do it differently and questions I had. And then just wishing that I could wake up, get some coffee and go into a shop and just make stuff. And that's when I kind of decided, thought about like maybe there's something out there that can teach me more. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then how did you hear about the school?
It was initially, it was just like a Google search of like what's out there that's longer than just a few weeks, that I can do for a longer period of time. And the school kept coming up. And as I was talking about this actually with some acquaintances, they had heard of the school and they were like, it's a really great school. And I kind of love the philosophy of just being, the connection that you have with what you're doing and not just, checking things off to do. And
right.
So that was a nice pull. Yeah.
Are you familiar with Krenov's writings?
Not as familiar, no, as I would like to be. I have some books, but have not been able to really get through them. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I share that with you. I came to the program never having heard of him. Basically, it was an available woodworking school near where I lived. Anyway. Do you have particular hopes or plans or desires for the year?
I kind of let go of having too specific of a goal. I've kind of originally thought, oh, I'll just like go into woodworking afterwards because I came from the tech world, and I'm like, oh, I could just like make stuff for a living, and I know that it can be a difficult way to make an income just by doing that. But I'm just kind of open to the whole process. And like I was telling you before, I am really new to it. Like so much of what we've covered already, I'm like, never touched that tool. How do I do this? And I feel like just in the last, well, it's only been like a week and a day, I've learned more than I could have imagined. And some frustrations I had like last Tuesday are now lighter because I've done it more and I feel, more comfortable. So I'm excited to see what I can learn and how I can, just how far I can go. And I don't have any specific things that I must do. Like I want to definitely improve in all of the things, but, just kind of with an open mind and excited about all of the things that I don't yet even know. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I asked you if you had applied for a scholarship, and you said that you had applied?
I did, yes.
What was that process like for you? Did it seem like a reasonable process? And
yeah, I think so. Like, I can't recall, like, specifically, but it was... I think reasonable, yes, is absolutely a good word. It wasn't massive jumping through hoops but it also, required some work. So
good. Yeah, we're always trying to make that process as good and functional as as we can.
Yeah.
What's it like for you moving to Fort Bragg? You're from a big city.
Yeah, I mean, it's been an interesting. So I own a place in the Seattle area, and I put all my stuff in storage, and packed up my dog, and came down here with just whatever I could fit in my car, and so it almost, I don't know if it's hit me yet, to be honest, that I've like moved away and I'm living in another place for a period of time, and but it's exciting. Like I haven't done anything like this have I ever really? I spent 20 years in one industry and then now doing something totally different and moving. But I like that, traffic is like 4 cars in front of you at a stop sign. Right. It's I was like, oh, it's a busier day today. On Sunday, I was like, oh, that's right, there's no traffic, Right. But so far, it's cool. It's nice to live in a different place. I've been in Seattle for quite a long time, so.
Well, welcome to Fort Bragg.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
And just, you go down one of the roads and seeing the ocean is really a nice treat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Great. Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for chatting.
Thank you for sharing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to talk to you.
And I hope you have a great year. I'll look forward to seeing where you go.
All the things, right? Yes, me too.
Yeah.
Me too. It's a fun time. I'm not a morning person, but I was just texting a friend, I'm like, I actually don't mind getting up early to come and do this because it's fun. Like, I've had more fun in the last week than I have in a while, so.
Great. Good.
So there's more fun to be had.
I hope it stays that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. Me too.